Okay, true. So I'm going to ask you some questions about Death of a Salesman by Arthur Miller. So my first question is, what do you feel is the central conflict of the text?
I feel that the central conflict of the text is Willie Loman overcoming his basically dementia and providing for his family. Um, Basically, he's getting old and becoming senile with old age. He crashed a car. He's been planting seeds. He's just been acting overall like weird and strange. He's been seeing things also like time lapses, like his brother and his dead brother Ben, and he's been like going back in time basically, and just yeah, he's just been acting strange.
Why do you think that Willie has been acting out, and what are some examples of him acting out?
Well, he's been acting out. Wait, what was the question again?
Like, why do you think he's been acting out, and why do you think that's been happening? What are some examples of him acting out?
Well, example is him like trying to kill himself in the basement with that pipe. He's been doing that because he's been like depressed and whatnot, and he's been just losing memory. I just think he's just going crazy.
What do you think about the whole situation when, with his boss, when he went into the office and he was showing him that recorder thing, and he flipped out on him when he was trying to fire him? What do you think is that? What do you think that was about?
Oh, just like changing times. They need new people. Willie is just like old, and that's basically what that was happening at the job because the recorder basically is like showing the new times and Willie's old time, and it's time for him to get over it.
So, do you think that he felt that the world was progressing without him?
Yes, I do believe that, and that was a perfect example of when he was at the job with the recorder.
What about his family? Like, what issues did he have with his boys and his wife?
Well, wait, repeat that.
With his family, what was going wrong with his family?
Well, his wife basically like gave him a lot of pity because he's been going through a lot and whatnot, but um, his sons on the other hand, they like mistreated him. I think because when they took him out to dinner, they basically just left him there.
To go with those girls?
Yeah, to go with the girls back to his house.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So he feels betrayed by his job and his family.
Yeah,
So,
basically.
my final question is, how important is the underlying reason of the conflict?
Um, I think they're very important because it shows the severity of his problems, and, and it just shows that he needs to get better. And back then, they didn't have like the treatments and whatnot to kind of like help him cope with the symptoms.
How did Arthur Miller write it in a way that we understood? Like, what things helped us understand that Willie's mental state?
Basically, by having him do all those weird stuff like planting at like midnight and just crashing the car and just doing weird and having those time lapses.
Hmm.
And yeah, that's basically it.
Okay, so that's it. We out. Okay.